Hi, this is Ennis from Never Stop Trucking. We are talking about owner-operators and why is it better right now to be leased onto someone and not running your own authority. As you might know, I do have my own authority where we work with semi trucks, we work with dry vans, reefers, flatbeds, and we can go all over the United States. And I have been seeing record closure rates with trucking authorities. Every day, around 1,500 or so trucking authorities right now are closed, as opposed to just a couple of years ago, where it was only like maybe 300 or so every day. So right now, a lot of people are either getting out of driving or they're leasing on to someone. And like I said, go to neverstoptruck.in if you want to work with us. But in this video, we will talk why you should do that. Now, let me tell you this. If you're thinking right now of even starting your own authority, you should keep these facts in mind. The first one is a less liability. If you run under someone else's authority, there is a lot of less liability for you as a driver and as a company. And that includes different things such as insurance and brokers paying, or shippers or your customers not paying you on time, FMCSA, the DOT, everything is on you. If you have your own trucking authority, all of these things are on you. If you're leased on to someone, most of these things are not on you. There is still some liability for you as a driver and the owner of that truck. Whatever you do on the road, it reflects on you. But if you have your own authority, think that it will be 5 times as much than that. So there is less liability. For example, you have your own insurance and something happens, everything goes on your insurance. There is an accident, a big accident, something happens, everything goes on your insurance. Your insurance, your company's insurance is responsible for the claim. They can go after you, after the company, after the insurance. All right, so it's all on you. If you're leased on to someone, if something happens, everything goes to their insurance. All right, so there is a big difference in liability. The next thing is you get your own dispatcher. So a part of being leased on to someone, and we will talk about more things. There's a lot more to talk about, many more things here that I have prepared. But one of them is having your own dispatcher. So it comes as a part of it, and this dispatcher will work with you. They will find loads for you. They will offer loads. They will solve problems if there is something going on with your load, the delivery, the shipper. If there is something like you get a flat tire, your truck breaks down, they will find you a service. They will be your personal helpers, and usually you get one assigned to you, and then you deal with that dispatcher on a constant basis. So that's another thing that you get. If you have your own authority, then you don't get a dispatcher. You're your own dispatcher, or you have to additionally pay someone to dispatch you, or relative can dispatch you. So this way you're getting another person there to be on board with you. The next thing is you will get a better insurance rate if you are a beginner. Okay, if you're a beginner and you just start and you're driving your own truck as an owner operator, most likely in first year or even 2 to 3 years, you will get these much higher rates from your insurance, because you just started, your company is brand new, and they will charge you a lot. So for example, if you get leased on to someone that has their own authority, like with us, our liability and cargo is the lowest like I see prices of like 300, 400, 500 a week from others, and ours is right now less than that. Okay, so if you start as a brand new company, the insurance will be higher. I do know some owner operators who have been in this for a long time, and their insurance actually went down because they're experienced and they have had this company for a longer time, and sometimes they will see lower rates than what a big trucking company might offer them. Okay, but those are exceptions. If you are just starting, then it will most likely be higher. The next thing is you will get better fuel discounts. Most trucking companies have their own so-called line of credits with fuel cards, where you can just get your fuel as much as you need for the week, and then at the end of the week it will be deducted from your pay settlement. And I know that there are some companies who offer fuel discounts, and some of them don't. In our case, we do offer fuel discounts, and they go anywhere from like 20 to 50. Sometimes they go even to 70 cents per gallon. Okay, so if you're trying to get a fuel card on your own, it will be much harder because, like I said, you're a beginner, you just started. They might even look at your personal credit and then decide based on that whether they're going to give you these fuel cards with discounts. Now, next thing is that you don't have to worry about FMCSA and SMS scores if you're running with someone. Of course, if you're running under a trucking authority that does have already bad scores, then it's going to be tougher for them to find loads for anyone, not just for you. A lot of brokers will not work with them. In our company, Nusora Express, we have really good scores, so you don't have to worry about that. And if you have your own authority and you're driving and you just started and you get pulled over and you get violations, or even you get placed out of service on your first inspection, or second one or third one, this will highly reflect in a bad way on your FMCSA scores, because you're just one driver, you only have one truck, most likely, and your first inspection. So out of all inspections, you will have a 100% out of service rate, which is really not good, because if they do one inspection and you get placed out of service, then it's 100% out of inspection rate. That's not going to look good. A lot of brokers will not give you loads because of that. So anything that you do reflects on your company, on you, and it can be very bad because of the fact that you only have one truck and that you just started. Also, if you drive for a while and you drive for a few months or even a year or two and you don't have any inspections at all, then the brokers will not want to give you loads, because you are new. Well, not new, but you're already kind of established, but there is no record of you having any inspections, and brokers tend to think that this is a way of checking whether you're double brokering or whether you're legit. The fact that you do have inspections on your record tells them that you're actually running, and that you're out there, and that you do have your own truck and your own company, and that DOT already checked you out, and you're good. So I argued about this many times. I have a few videos that talk about this, because this is not a good way for brokers to check out that they will punish many honest companies. Even in my case, I ran my authority for 2 years, and that time I had 5 trucks and we had no inspections at all. And they didn't believe me. Like, they said, hey, you're doing something shady and we don't want to give you a load because you have no inspections. Well, just because I take care of my trucks and my drivers take care of their trucks, and the drivers are really good, they're following the rules, we are getting punished for that. So I spoke about that, so let's not talk about that. But anyway, FMCSA and SMS scores are another factor. Now, another thing is you're going to save a lot of money. I know you're going to pay a percentage because, like, let's say you're leased on to someone and you pay 12% for that, so you get 88%. And if you are if someone is dispatching you, then it's 6%. So it's more money, but there is much more liability that this company is taking over from you, the one that you're leased onto. So if you, let's say you're paying 12% for that, now keep in mind they have to pay for a lot of things for you that you don't have to pay. Okay, if they have to order a new ELD device for you, okay, you're most likely not going to pay for it. You might be paying a monthly fee, but not something for the device. Also, you don't have to pay for your signs usually. I mean, at least in our case, in my company, you don't pay for the ELD device itself. You pay a monthly fee. You don't pay for signs. You don't pay for drug testing, the pre-employment drug testing or randoms. You don't pay for Kentucky and New York taxes. So if you had your own company, you'd have to pay for all of this. Okay, so this way the authority that you work under pays for all of that. Another thing is factoring fees. You don't pay any factoring fees if you are going to factor, and most people do factor. So you're going to be paying 2 to 3% in the beginning for sure for the factoring fees. If you book these loads by yourself for your own company, but if you are leased under someone, you don't pay factoring; they pay them. So let's say you pay 12% to this trucking authority, but they get charged 3% or so from their factoring company. So at the end, they are only getting 9%. All right. And this is money that you don't have to pay. Also, trucking authorities run a risk of brokers and their customers or shippers not paying them. I've had a lot of brokers not pay me due to different factors. They go out of business, they go bankrupt, they just disappear, or there is a claim on the load and they just don't want to pay. Driver was late. I don't know, something happened. A lot of brokers did not pay me. And guess what? I still have to pay my owner operators for that. But if you had your own authority, you would be running a risk of not getting paid. This way, you don't care about that. And then also another thing is that you will most likely get better rates and better loads because most trucking companies will have some kind of lanes or dedicated lane or some shippers they know or some round trips. So you will most likely get more loads. You will have a choice to choose from more loads, and they are most likely going to be paid better as opposed if you were negotiating on these loads yourself. If you do want to work with me, call me, neverstoptruck.in. My phone number is right there. Just click on call, and it will call me, and then we can talk about details. My name is Enis. This is Never Stop Trucking. I'll see you guys around.